everyone, I am feeling really chatty today. The sun is out, it's a beautiful day, and I have a whole bunch of new drugstore makeup products that I'm going to be trying out for the first time with you guys today. I was walking through the drugstore makeup department yesterday for the first time in a while, and I saw a lot of things, and those things are now my things. There's a lot of stuff that's new, or at least new to me, that I hadn't seen before, so I started like adding things to my basket, and then I had the idea of like, I should just get a full face, just do like a chatty fun video. So that's what I'm doing today. This is the finished look that I just created, so if you want to see what I used, what I loved, what I didn't love, let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I'm going to start with primer. I picked up the NYX Hydratouch Oil Primer because it looks a lot like the Smashbox one, and I like the Smashbox one, so I thought I'd give it a try. Putting a few drops of this in my hand. Right away, I noticed this has a scent. It is a nice scent, but it is also a strong scent if you don't like scents. So far, so good. It's not super oily, like it's going to make my face feel oily. It just feels like very hydrating, and my skin already feels a bit smoother. For foundation, I grabbed the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint. I wanted to try this because the Neutrogena Healthy Skin foundation I think is my favorite all-time drugstore foundation, and this is marketed, I feel, kind of similarly. And I'm also going to be using the EcoTools blending sponge to apply this. This is cute, and it came in a set with a little one as well, which I think is a nice idea. So I'm gonna put some on my forehead. Shade doesn't look too bad, actually. I think this might work. I don't know how I feel about the doe foot applicator on this. I feel like I'm like dunking back in the jar quite a bit to get enough product for my face. So far it looks really nice, and I like this sponge. I think it's doing a really nice job. The color is definitely a little pink. I don't know if I would need a bit more self-tanner to get this to go on right. By the way, I need to like scrub off my self-tanner. I have like a little bit down there that's uneven, but it is what it is. I would definitely say this is a lighter coverage, which I like. I don't like really heavy coverage foundations, and I do think it looks really nice on my skin. Like, it doesn't look cakey or foundation-y at all. For concealer, I picked up the Neutrogena Healthy Skin 3-in-1 concealer for eyes, and I'm actually gonna use this for my whole face because it looks like the color I would use to conceal everywhere, but technically it's for the eyes. Right away, I can tell that this is quite thick. It's definitely full coverage feeling. And then using the EcoTools blender again. Just going to kind of tap this in. Well, I feel like I'm having pretty good luck today because so far, I am not hating anything. I think this looks really nice. Next, I'm going to cheat a little. This isn't drugstore, but I didn't see a powder at the drugstore that I hadn't tried or that looked kind of new and interesting to me, so I didn't want to get another powder if I really didn't need one. So this is the Nars Transluscent powder, and I'm just going to lightly set this a little bit, especially through my T-zone, because that's where I can get just a little oily. The rest of my face is pretty dry, but like around the nose, that likes to get oily. Next, I'm going to do brows. I picked up this Physicians Formula Brow Last Longwearing Brow Gel in the shade Light Brown. This is kind of interesting. It has like an angled brush applicator, and I'm not gonna lie, it does look like a little bit goopy. So the concept with this product is you apply it with this angled brush thing and then use the spoolie included to kind of blend it through. The thing that I'm not loving is there's so much excess product on the stem of the wand that it's kind of like smearing off onto my brow. But other than that, this actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I feel like I have to keep like wiping off random parts around my brows because the excess stuff on the stem of the wand is getting places. These are the brows. I would say I'm neutral on this product. I've used better brow products, I've used worse brow products. Next, let's move on to contouring because I saw this Physicians Formula palette in the store and I was so excited because this middle contour shade is actually the right contour shade for me. It's very difficult, I found, in drugstore lines to find cooler contour colors. I feel like everything always skews warm, and this looked so interesting. I actually also picked up the Bronze Booster Shimmer Strobing palette as well for highlighting. Right away though, I'm noticing something kind of frustrating with this packaging. The lid doesn't even open to a 90-degree angle. I just want to be able to open the lid. So I'm going to start with this middle color. I might use the darker color in a minute too. Oh, that's such a nice color. I can already tell. I'm gonna bring this down to my jawline as well. That is a really pretty everyday contour color if you're looking for something for like a cooler skin tone. I think it looks really nice. It blended well, it was pigmented, I like the color. I just don't love the packaging, but the product itself is pretty good. For blush, I picked up the NYX Ombre blush in the color Soft Flush. I saw this and was like, this is the most beautiful, springy, summery color. It reminded me a lot of the MAC blush ombres. Do you guys remember when those first came out? And it was like madness, people trying to get their hands on them. I feel like this is gonna be quite pigmented, especially on my skin tone. So I'm going to tap kind of in the lighter part of the ombre. I can always go darker. It's actually not quite as like bright and dark as I thought it would be. Let me get into like the real color of this blush. We're gonna just see, we're gonna go a little heavy handed here and see what this color actually looks like. It's really pretty and it's going on so smoothly, like it's not patchy. Okay, I'm going to kind of diffuse this with this sponge. Then for highlighter, I'm using that other Strobing palette from Physicians Formula, and I'm going to use the lightest color. See, like you have to really try to bend this back, but this lid just doesn't want to stay open. I'm using this lightest color on a fan brush right on top of my cheekbone. Blend it out a little bit. That looks really nice. Feather this right in here. Then moving on to eyes, I cheated again because I didn't see any new eyeshadow primers in the drugstore that I haven't tried before. I don't know if they just don't release those as often, but I decided to just stick with what I have. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, which is like an OG favorite of mine. You guys know if you've watched me for a long time. So then I'm moving on to eyeshadow, and I picked up the NYX Perfect Filter eyeshadow palette. I saw this like corally bronze shade right here, and I thought that it looked super, super pretty. Actually, this entire palette is right up my alley because it's all neutrals and nothing's too dark. So I think I'm going to start by applying the kind of corally shade I talked about to the outer 2/3 of my lid. I can tell already that it's so pretty. It's always so fun discovering a new eyeshadow that you like. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love, love, love that. Next, I'm going to take a crease brush and this matte color right here, and I'm going to blend this in my crease. And wow, okay, this is really chalky. The first one was not chalky at all, and I just touched that and you guys can see the colors going everywhere. Okay. This isn't really chalky or like going anywhere once I'm applying it. It was just when I stuck my brush in that pan, stuff went everywhere. Yeah, this is a really nice crease color. This goes nicely with this shade. Gotta make them even. Underneath my eye, I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I think I'll take a little bit of this bronzy shimmery color right here. This looks really pretty and I want to try it. Dusting that right under there. And then I'm going to use the lightest matte color on the brow bone. Just apply this right up here. I'm taking the lightest color from this shimmery palette, and I'm going to use this to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. That, kind of blend it out. Then for eyeliner, I'm cheating again. I'm using something I already own that isn't drugstore, but I looked at the eyeliners in the drugstore, and I don't know, is it just me or do they all look exactly the same? Like, I was looking from brand to brand, from line to line, and I was like, I might own this. I don't even know. Like, they all are just packaged so similarly. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the color Roach. I like this pencil because it has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's not a really noticeable shimmer. So it's almost like it adds just a little bit of light to the eyes. And then for mascara, the one that caught my eye is the CoverGirl Peacock Flare. I thought the packaging was quite flashy. So curling my lashes. And I'm going to do a coat of my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer because it just makes everything look better and wear longer, and it just kind of oomphs up your mascara. This wand is not quite what I was expecting. Because the name is Peacock Flare, I was expecting like kind of a flared or winged out wand. This is like a short bristled wand that's twisty. It's like the bristles twist around. I tend to prefer long bristled mascara wands over short, so we will see how this works. It's very black, but it's also looking a little bit clumpy. Like I even have a clump that's fallen under my eye. I don't feel like it's separating my lashes at all. I feel like it's just mushing them together. It's like the bristles aren't long enough to like comb through the lashes at all, so it's just like smearing things together. Yeah, I'm not that impressed with this one. I actually have an idea that this looks pretty great on camera because I found that like clumpy, chunky lashes tend to just make your eyes look like fiercely black and dramatic on camera. But if you guys were really looking up close, on my lashes right now, they would look a little bit spidery. Then last but not least, I picked up the Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Zinnia. I pretty much only wear low maintenance lip products these days. I just can't be bothered to do like lip liner and then a color that as soon as I like accidentally brush my lips or my hair gets stuck to my lips or I take a sip of something that it's going everywhere. Anyway, I picked up a tinted lip balm because I know I can throw this in my bag and wear it every single day. So let's try out this color. I thought it would look nice with the blush because it's kind of like a corally color. I'm not so sure why they're calling this tinted lip balm because it really doesn't have any color to it. I think it just went on sheer, but it does feel really nice on my lips, so I know I'll get tons of use out of this. But if you are looking for a tinted product, maybe go with a darker shade or a different product. Overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think that most things worked really well. There were a couple things that were so-so, and then the mascara was probably not something I'll use again. I would say the winners from this look are the EcoTools sponge. I really liked this. I really liked the Neutrogena foundation and concealer. I think those both went on really nicely. And then also this NYX blush. I would say that those are the products that I had absolutely no complaints about. As far as the NYX primer goes, only time will tell with that, but so far I think my face is looking pretty good. So yeah, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have all these products listed and linked below if you want to check them out. And if you've tried anything new from the drugstore recently that you love, let me know what it is. And I will see you guys in my next video.